It's your boy Serge. So today we're going to talk about cell phones and cell phone size. So we have the 6S Plus here and we also have the iPhone SE. These are the two hottest smartphones on the market right now. So the question is, should you get a smaller phone or should you get a bigger phone? If you pick a bigger phone, chances are you're going to have better battery, you're going to have a nice 1080p screen, and it's going to be easier to type. Those are going to always be the top reasons why you would pick a larger smartphone. Usually they come with a stronger body, and I'll tell you right now that the larger cell phones are the future of cell phone technology, but there are benefits of getting a smaller cell phone. So if you grab, for instance, like the SE or like the Nexus, some of the older smartphones, that they will be smaller. This particular one here, it is extremely portable. So let's say you're at the gym, you're working out, put this thing in your pocket. Chances are it's not gonna fly out of your pocket. I went jogging with this smartphone here about a week ago. This thing flew out of my pocket, it fell on the ground. My auxiliary port is actually deformed now, so that is like ridiculous, and now it's hard to like plug it in. Having said that, the bigger smartphones, they do take more damage, but they also get damaged more often because they are harder to handle. The other main reason you would pick a smaller cell phone versus a bigger one is due to hand size. Now, I'm actually right in the middle. I can type really well on the smaller size screens, but I can also type really well on the bigger size screens. Chances are if you give the phone to somebody who has a small hand like the 6S Plus here, they might have some difficulty using it, but it could take them a couple months to get used to it. Like when I grabbed the 6S Plus, I was using this bigger phone. It actually took me almost 2 months to get used to using this phone. And mostly just because I couldn't really reach the corners of the screens. It was really hard to interact with the apps. Over time, once I got used to it, I felt that it was worth it. I felt that having that extra battery life, and that bigger 1080p screen was actually worth it. Because like if you pick the SE, you're gonna have less than 720p resolution. That's really small. So having said that, you're really not getting the full experience. Pick this, you're getting 1080p, which is a superior experience for viewing photos, videos. It's sharper, it's bigger, it's better. You have the latest technology on the bigger phone models like this one. This one here on the 6S Plus, pressure sensitivity, touch force, which is really, really useful. I actually really like it. I think it's definitely the future of phone technology, but there is limitations. Not everybody will be able to use a bigger sized phone. For instance, I know some people, they have extremely small hands. They will be forced to use a phone like this. But that's only if they want to use one hand. So with one hand usability, it is extremely easy on the SE, on the smaller size phones, but on the bigger size phones, you will need to use two hands if you want to type and you have small hands. Now, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter which model you pick. Both models will work for you. If you want the more premium model, definitely go with a bigger size phone like the 6S Plus or any other bigger size phones, like maybe even the Galaxy S7 Edge. That's a great phone. It's a plus size phone. Also, the SEs are good for children, people who have smaller pockets, because if you can't fit your phone in your pocket or even in your purse, what's the point of carrying this thing around because it's just too darn big. Overall, the point of this video is just to show the main differences between smaller sized phones and bigger sized phones. But if you happen to be in the boat where you're trying to decide whether you want the SE or the 6S Plus, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm just going to tell you, get the 6S Plus, because this thing, it's just going to last you a lot longer. It's got the latest technologies. It's a fast phone. The camera's a little bit better. The screen's better. Everything's just a tiny, tiny bit better. But having said that, it's an iPhone, so it's pretty much the same regardless of which one you pick. Really just personal preference. If one phone was better than the other, then Apple wouldn't have released the SE model to begin with, and they wouldn't have 3 different models. It's just about personal preference. Another great reason to pick the SE model is the awesome 5S design. If you're looking at this thing, oh boy, is it freaking awesome. It has the flat edges with the chamfered edges on the sides there. It looks great and it feels really good in the hand. I would definitely stick with the SE model if you're coming from the iPhone 5 or 5S and you just like the size. Because think about it, you're gonna try to type, you're gonna try to interact with your apps, and it's all gonna feel similar, but you're gonna have the awesome 6S CPU and GPU combo in here, so you're gonna be able to play the latest games, the latest apps, and it's gonna run snappy and quick. Now, having said that, what's the point of switching? But you know what, I'll tell you, if you want to switch, if you want more battery, like when I use the 6S Plus, I go to work, I have an extra 40% battery left at the end of my day. You can't do that with the SE. You're not going to get that with the 5S or the iPhone 5, because at this point your battery is probably almost dead. So if you want more battery, definitely go with the 6S Plus. But if you like to keep things simple, I say go with the SE and stick with that model because it's going to work pretty good for you. The speakers are a lot louder on the iPhone 6S Plus. While the SE model does have most of the latest technologies inside it, like the 6S Plus, one thing it's not going to have is it's not going to have the second generation Touch ID. So as you're watching in this video here, you're going to see that the Touch ID unlocks a lot quicker. Because of that, it's going to save you some time. If you're a fan of Touch ID, me personally, I'm not a fan of lock screens. I don't use Touch ID, so I wouldn't ever really use that. It's not something I like, so I don't really care. I've always liked the button configuration more on the SE models and on the iPhone 5s because simply you have these circular buttons. They have more tactile feedback than the slit-based buttons here on the side, and I like to be able to turn the phone off and on with one hand. It's a lot easier on the SE model than on the Plus. On the Plus, I kind of have to fiddle my hand around a bit, kind of reach that corner and then press it, and then it turns on. The button configuration, the button layout, it's really good. They brought the SE back because in theory it was a really, really good design, so it made sense to stick it around. Another thing I didn't like about the 6S Plus was this annoying hump in the camera. It protrudes and it kind of pops out, so when you do lay your phone on the table, it's not flush like the SE model, and that kind of creates some wobble when you press on it or when you're moving it around. You're going to start scratching that camera just a little bit. However, Apple knew this was going to happen, so they created a little metal rim around it. Plus the glass in here is a sapphire crystal, so it's kind of strong, but still I don't like the concept of a protruding lens. It's just something I don't like. I liked how flush the SE model was. Overall, you're going to pick this model because you like the design of it, you like the feel of it, like to keep a similar style phone. You know, why change it if it's not broken, right? The little vibrating motor inside the 6S Plus is a lot quieter, and it's kind of a different sound with a higher pitched noise that's not as annoying. Here's what it sounds like. Get a much more annoying sound on the SE. That's because it uses the older vibration motor. It doesn't use the touch force vibration motor like you get on the 6S Plus. It's a huge improvement. I also noticed that the Wi-Fi connectivity and the cellular strength is better on the 6S Plus than on the SE models. Now, maybe this is a fluke, or maybe this has something to do with the antenna design. I would say, if you guys know anything about that, let me know in the comment section below if that's actually the same or not, because I have been thinking a lot about that. Now, I know this video is not completely comprehensive. I didn't cover everything, but I did want to give you guys the laydown on what I thought about the two competing smartphones, and overall just whether you should get a bigger phone or a smaller phone, that kind of thing, because it's something that people think about a lot. It's like, well, why does it matter, And so now we've talked about it. If you do like the video, definitely subscribe. I am trying to improve these videos, so be sure to let me know in the comment section below what I can do to improve these videos, or what you'd like to see in these videos. And I really do like to get connected with my subscribers, so if you do have any questions, I will be responding to all the comments. So definitely leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.